Hey everyone, welcome to Cooking with Taz. In this video, I'm going to show you guys how to make an easy breezy yet delectable dessert. It's going to be trifle. So it's a layered dessert, so I'll be layering custard pudding, bread and whipped cream. We can whip up this dessert with very few ingredients and it can be made effortlessly. So guys, let's get started. First, I'm going to make custard pudding. So for that, I've taken store-bought custard powder. So this is what I'm using, and this is vanilla flavor. So into a bowl, going to add 2 tablespoons custard powder, and next going to add half cup chilled or cold milk. So the custard powder has cornstarch in it, so we need to add chilled milk. That's when it will combine well without any lumps. Keep this aside. So next, let's place a saucepan over medium heat, adding 2 cups milk. So this is cold milk right from the refrigerator. So here I'm making the custard pudding. If you have store-bought custard pudding, you can use that. That way you don't have to spend time making the custard pudding. To the milk, adding half cup sugar. Combine it well and let the sugar dissolve in milk. So let the milk come to a slight boil, so this will take a few minutes. The milk has come to a boil, so next let's add the custard powder that's combined in milk. So give it a good mix before adding to the milk and make sure there are no lumps. So it will thicken a bit as it sits, so I'm giving it a good mix and then add it to the milk. After adding the custard powder and milk, keep stirring and let this cook for a few minutes. If you don't stir it, lumps will be formed and it will start to thicken, so keep stirring. The milk will start to thicken right away after we add the custard powder. So I have cooked this for a few minutes and it has thickened well. So remove the pan from the heat and let this cool down for a few minutes. Next, I'm going to whip the heavy whipping cream. So I'm taking 2 cups of heavy whipping cream, add it to a bowl, and then using an electric hand mixer, I'm going to whip this. So the heavy whipping cream has to be cold. That's when it will whip well. The cream, adding 2 tablespoons powdered sugar, or you can add granulated white sugar. So next, let's whip this at high speed for a couple of minutes till soft peaks have formed. If you want your trifle to be colorful, you can add any color of your choice while whipping the cream. I'm not going to add any color. I'm going with the original white color. So let this whip till soft peaks have formed. It only takes a couple of minutes to whip the cream. You can definitely use store-bought whipped cream, so that way you don't have to worry about whipping the cream. So soft peaks have started to form. So I'm going to keep this aside in the refrigerator. If you're making this ahead of time, keep it in the refrigerator. It has to be kept cold. This is an easy breezy trifle, so I'll be using bread instead of sponge cake or sheet cake. So in total, I'll be using 8 slices of bread. You can use either white bread or whole wheat bread. So we have to remove the sides from the bread. Here are the bread slices. So I have removed the brown sides from the bread. So keep this aside. Next, let's start layering the trifle. So I've taken an 8-inch square baking dish. You can also use a cake pan. So the first layer, I'm going to spread some custard pudding. So it has cooled down. So next layer is going to be the bread slices. So I'm going to cut the bread into diagonal shapes. So let's arrange the bread slices on the custard pudding. So for this layer, I'll be using 4 slices of bread. On top of the bread, let's spread some more custard pudding. Evenly spread the custard over the bread. I'm going to repeat the bread layer one more time. So we have 2 layers of bread. So even on this layer, I'm placing 4 slices of bread cut into diagonal shapes. After arranging all the bread slices, let's pour all the remaining custard over the bread and spread it all over the bread. On top of the custard, adding some candied dried fruits. Also going to add some chopped almonds and pistachios. You can add any kind of nuts or fruits of your choice. To make this trifle even more delicious, I'm going to drizzle some melted chocolate. So I've melted some milk chocolate chips in the microwave for a couple of minutes. So drizzle it on top of the custard. So this is optional. If you don't want to add melted chocolate, you can skip it. But believe me guys, this melted chocolate will take the trifle to the next level. Taste it, super delicious. Next, let's top this with whipped cream. So I'm going to add all the whipped cream on top of this, and using a spatula, gently spread it all over the custard. Use an angle spatula and smoothen the whipped cream, so that will give a really smooth finish. Perfect. So we're not done yet. So let's top the whipped cream with candied dried fruits, chopped nuts. I'm using almonds and pistachios. You can add any kind of dried fruits or nuts, even fresh chopped fruits you can use. Finally, going to drizzle some melted chocolate. So I'm going to take the melted chocolate in a Ziploc bag. So I have snipped the end of the Ziploc bag. If you have a piping bag, use that. And then I'm going to draw some lines on top of the whipped cream. All done. Next, let's keep this in the refrigerator and let it chill for at least 2 hours. Overnight the better. I know it's so tempting to dig in right away, but believe me guys, if you chill this for 2 to 3 hours, it will taste really delicious. My hubs didn't have much patience, so I had to take this out of the refrigerator in 2 hours. It's chilled well, but I would say if you chill this overnight, it will be set beautifully. So using a sharp knife, I'm going to cut into slices and serve it on a plate. Look at the stunning dessert. It's so easy to make and taste out of the world. Even those without sweet tooth will enjoy this. This is not overly sweet, just the right amount of sweetness and creaminess. Here you have it guys, delicious trifle with custard pudding, bread and whipped cream that can be made effortlessly and tastes super delicious. So guys, do give this recipe a try and let me know your feedback. If you have liked this video, don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'll be back with more cooking videos. Until then, happy cooking, take care and bye.